There is a 27-year-old man living in Los Angeles making $90,000 a year. He drives a leased BMW. He wears designer sneakers that cost $400 a pair. He has a watch collection worth $8,000. He goes to expensive restaurants and posts it all on Instagram. Everyone thinks he is winning at life. But here's what nobody sees. He has $250 in his savings account. He is $58,000 in debt, and he is one missed paycheck away from losing everything. This is not a rare story. This is happening to millions of people right now. 39 to 42% of Gen Z is living paycheck to paycheck. But when you look at their lives, they do not look broke. They look successful. They look wealthy. They look like they have it all figured out. So what is going on? How can an entire generation be drowning financially while looking richer than ever? Today, I'm going to show you the four-part formula that is trapping Gen Z in what I call luxury poverty, a trap so subtle most people do not even realize they are in it until it is too late. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how it works and how to escape before it destroys your future. Part 1. The value shift. Let me take you back to economics class for just a second, because understanding how value works is the key to understanding this entire trap. For most of human history, people bought things based on what economists call use value. A coat keeps you warm, a car gets you to work, a house provides shelter. You bought things because they did something for you. Simple. But in the 1970s, a philosopher named Jean Baudrillard introduced a new concept. He said that in modern capitalism, we do not buy things for what they do, we buy things for what they say about us. He called this sign value, and it changed everything. Let me give you an example. Canada Goose jackets were originally made for Arctic expeditions, extreme cold, life or death situations. They cost $600 to $800 because they were the best at keeping you warm in negative 40 degrees weather. That's use value. But then, in the 2000s, the company hired a new CEO. He repositioned the brand as luxury fashion. Suddenly, celebrities were wearing Canada Goose. Influencers were posting in Canada Goose. And now, people in Los Angeles, where it's 70 degrees year-round, are buying Canada Goose jackets for $1,200. They are not buying it to stay warm. They are buying it because wearing Canada Goose says, I can afford Canada Goose. That's sign value. And once you understand this, you start seeing it everywhere. Rolex watches, Hermes bags, Equinox gym memberships. You are not buying the product, you are buying what the product says about you. And Gen Z has been raised in a world where this is normal, where your worth is measured by what you wear, what you drive, where you vacation, and what you post online. Part 2. The perfect storm. Now, here's where it gets dangerous, because at the same time that sign value became the dominant way we measure success, something else happened. The things that actually build wealth became unaffordable. Look at the numbers. In the last 40 years, housing prices have grown 5 times faster than wages. Right now, in April 2026, the average home costs over 5 times the average household income. 40 years ago, it was 3 times. College tuition has increased over 100% in 20 years. Wages have barely moved. So what happens when an entire generation realizes they can't afford the traditional markers of success? They can't buy a house. They can't afford kids. They can't build the life their parents had. They give up, and they shift their focus to what they can afford. Luxury experiences, designer clothes, expensive vacations, monthly subscriptions that make them feel successful even if they are drowning in debt. This is not stupidity. This is psychology. If your brain tells you that owning a home is impossible, you stop saving for it, and you start spending that money on things that make you feel good today. Because what's the point of saving for a future that feels out of reach? This is the live for today mentality, and every brand on the planet is feeding into it. Part 3. The marketing machine. Let me show you how deep this goes. Right now, the average person sees between 4,000 and 10,000 ads every single day. Not random ads, targeted ads. Ads that are specifically designed for you based on your browsing history, your location, your income, your insecurities. And almost all of them are selling you luxury. Luxury apartments, luxury athleisure, luxury skincare, luxury coffee. Everything is luxury now. But here's the trick. When everything is called luxury, nothing is actually luxury. The quality didn't change, the price did, and the perception did. Brands figured out that they can slap the word luxury on anything and charge double because people will pay for the status. But it gets worse. Brands are not just selling you products anymore. They're selling you identity. If you shop at Whole Foods, you're health conscious. If you wear Lululemon, you're fit and successful. If you have an Equinox membership, you're elite. You're not buying groceries or workout clothes or a gym, you're buying an identity. And once you buy into that identity, you keep spending to maintain it. Because if you stop, you're no longer that person. This is the trap, and it's psychological warfare. Part 4. The subscription trap. Now, here's where it all comes together. Brands realize something genius. If they can get you to stop thinking about total cost and start thinking about monthly cost, they can charge you way more and you won't even notice. 20 years ago, you bought a car with cash. You bought a movie on VHS. You bought software once. Now, everything is a subscription. You lease your car, you subscribe to Netflix, you pay for Spotify, Adobe Creative Cloud, meal kits, razors, toothbrushes, even your mattress. You're spending hundreds of dollars every single month on things you used to just buy once. And when you bought it once, you thought about it. You asked yourself, is this worth it? But when it's $9.99 a month, your brain doesn't register the cost. $9.99 feels like nothing, but 12 subscriptions at $9.99 is $120 a month. That's $1,440 a year. Over 10 years, that's $14,400. Money that could have been invested, money that could have grown. But instead, it evaporated into subscriptions you barely used. And this extends to credit cards and buy now, pay later. You want something today, you don't have the cash, no problem. Split it into 4 payments or put it on a credit card and deal with it later. The pain is delayed, the gratification is instant, and you're trapped. The Henry trap. Now, let me show you the most painful version of this trap. There's a group of people called Henrys, high earners, not rich yet. These are people making between $250,000 and $500,000 a year. On paper, they should be crushing it financially, but most of them are just as broke as everyone else. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus is 32. He's a software engineer in San Francisco making $280,000 a year. When he first started his career, he made $70,000. He lived in a small studio. He drove a used car. He was fine. Then he got promoted. His salary jumped to $120,000, and his brain said, I deserve to enjoy this. So he moved to a luxury apartment in Soma. $3,000 a month. He leased a Tesla, $800 a month. He started eating out every night, $500 a month. He joined a premium gym, $200 a month. And suddenly his expenses matched his income. Then he got another promotion. Now he's at $280,000. So he upgraded again. Bigger apartment, nicer car, designer clothes, expensive watches, and the cycle continues. Marcus is making almost $300,000 a year and he's still living paycheck to paycheck because every time his income went up, his lifestyle went up to match it. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's the reason why people making $500,000 a year still feel broke. The illusion of wealth. Here's the part that breaks my heart. Luxury brands know exactly what they're doing. There's a study from the University of British Columbia that found something shocking. When sales associates in luxury stores treat customers with attitude and snobbishness, those customers are more likely to buy. They called it the pretty woman effect. When a guy walks into a Rolex store and the staff looks at him like he doesn't belong, his brain goes into high school mode. He wants to prove that he does belong, so he buys the watch, even if he can't afford it, even if it means putting it on a credit card, because in that moment, buying the watch proves his worth. This is not about wealth. This is about status. This is about belonging, and brands are exploiting it. True wealth is not what you wear. True wealth is freedom. Freedom to quit a job you hate. Freedom to take time off. Freedom to say no. But luxury poverty gives you none of that. It gives you the illusion of wealth while trapping you in debt, stress, and endless work. The way out. So how do you escape? First, you have to admit you're in the trap. If you're making good money but have no savings, you're in the trap. If you're stressed about money but your closet is full of designer clothes, you're in the trap. If you feel like you deserve luxury but can't afford your rent, you're in the trap. Step 1. Stop spending for 3 months. No restaurants, no new clothes, no subscriptions. Lock it down. Step 2. Calculate your total monthly subscriptions. Add them all up. Cancel everything you don't use daily. Step 3. Sell the stuff you bought for status that you don't need. Those sneakers, that watch, that designer jacket. Turn them into cash. Step 4. Take that cash and build an emergency fund. Even $1,000 will change your life. Step 5. Invest your time into learning a skill that increases your income, because earning more is the only way to actually win. But if you earn more and keep spending more, nothing changes. You have to break the cycle. Luxury poverty is not about being poor. It's about looking rich while being broke. It's about spending money you don't have to impress people who don't care. It's about sacrificing your future for an Instagram post. Gen Z is not dumb. Gen Z has been manipulated by the most sophisticated marketing machine in human history.
But now you know. You know how the trap works. You know what sign value is. You know what the subscription game is. The question is, what are you going to do about it? If this video just woke you up, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone stuck in the trap. I will see you in the next one.